This video demonstrates how to enter a brainstorming, multiple activities session in the Best Idea platform. Clicking the Use Model button will take you to the starting page where you can also find a video tutorial that demonstrated a complete brainstorming project. When publishing a brainstorming project, you can choose to publish it individually or as part of a team. Everything that is published as a team by any one of the team members will automatically generate a request to the other members to confirm the publication. To publish as part of a team, just check the Publish as Team checkbox, which is located just below the Use Model link in the Instructions buttons. And then, the drop-down menu below it allows you to choose the team that will publish this brainstorming project. Conversely, if you want to publish the brainstorming project individually, just take off the checkmark. Next, start entering directly into the various fields, among which those with an asterisk are required for your brainstorming project to be published. Start by entering the title for the brainstorming project, and we type Tutorial for Brainstorming. Title is the only mandatory text that will be seen in the brainstorming rectangle in which the participants in the brainstorming sessions are invited to participate by you as the project manager, as we will see in another video tutorial. Next, there is the Description field, which, while not mandatory, is very important for people to understand what this brainstorming is about. Select the macro category, the category and subcategory from the drop-downs. If needed, you can find the list of existing categories and suggest a new category. Next, the Select Group drop-down menu allows you to choose one of the groups to which you belong, or you can create a new group through the Enter Group drop-down menu. The group you select will be used by default in all activities, except for the possibility of modifying it for some of them. The brainstorming project can be divided into one or more chapters. So, begin by entering a brief description in the first chapter. You can leave the Conclusions field blank as you will be able to fill it when all the activities of the relevant chapter have been completed. Next, add the first activity to which you will invite the participants to this brainstorming. The left drop-down menu asks you to select the type of the activity by choosing it from among Challenge, Poll, Flash and Project. And depending upon your selections, different fields to be filled will be visible below. To develop a new product or service or to improve processes, the challenge or poll functions will normally be chosen. This will get all group members involved from the beginning. If instead, the intention is to start from a solution previously prepared by you, have it evaluated by others, and then involve others in improvements, you can start with the first activity using the project function, or the flash function, which is similar to project, but with simplified compilation and voting procedures. In this example, I choose challenge, which is the main function because it allows you to ask a question that others can answer with a complete project, or with a flash, or even with various components of a business plan if you so specify. You can enter the start and end dates for this activity, although they do not need to be set right now, and you can wait to do so until you are ready to launch the request to participate in this specific activity. So for now, I leave them blank. Next, enter the title of the challenge, which is mandatory, and possibly the description to provide more details. Here you can also upload one or more files to be shared with the participants. You can also include a link to a video on YouTube or another source, for instance to a video you have uploaded to describe the brainstorming project more fully. Select the type of answer you request between Flash, Project, and Business Plan. Then there is the choice of the group that this activity is directed to, and this field by default is set to the same chosen at the beginning of the brainstorming. But it can be changed, choosing a different one if this activity requires it, to involve for example some customers in the suggestion. The next choice below is to designate for which company, department or group the results of this activity are intended. It is not about which department or group the participants are from, because, in fact, it is better if group participants belong from various company areas. After that, you will find the Conclusions field, which will be filled by you when the planned period for this activity ends and will then be visible to the group that participated in this activity. In this example, we add a new activity. This time I choose poll, which is another of the main activities, because it can be extensively customized and often its results will greatly influence the possible continuations of your project, including possibly modifying activities already planned or deleting or adding new ones. Here too there are associated fields such as title of the poll, which is mandatory, and description. At this point you have to decide the type of poll answers, whether textual or numerical. If you choose numeric answers, the 8 default possible answer choices from 3 to 10 are presented automatically. Invited participants will see these options in table form. If instead, you select text answers, the fields for the text of the various answer choices will be displayed along with add button and remove buttons. Just as for the challenge, you find the possibility to upload files to share with the participants, a video uploaded in YouTube, the group, the business area for which the results of this activity are intended, and the conclusions. If your project requires it, you can additional chapters and activities. As you can see, a flash, or a complete project, have settings fields completely similar to those we have already seen. One important point is that you can change the order of the activities simply by dragging them to another location. It is easier to do so if you collapse them first by clicking on this triangle. And then drag them where you want. And you can also delete an activity if you change your mind. When you have completed filling in all the activities, you can save this brainstorming as a model for later use, by click the Save as Model checkbox. You can also suggest it as a model to the site manager, who then may decide to make the model available to other users as well. Finally, you can Save as Draft, which you will be able to inspect and edit later if you wish. You find any saved draft by clicking on the Profile icon. Then, Drafts, and Brainstorming. And finally click on Edit Draft, and you will find the Brainstorming Multiple Activity project in the state in which had saved it, and can then modify it, save it, or publish it. To make it visible to the group that will participate in the first activity, you will have to enter the start and end dates of the activity, and then as the project progresses, the start and end dates of each activity as each prior activity is completed.